Hey everybody, and on today's episode we'll be talking about the Mafex Knightfall Bane. Here we have Bane in all of his glory. He released, I know in Japan he released probably about 3 months ago. The States are just now getting him. I got him last week, and I know Amazon I think has him coming out on around the 15th. For accessories, Bane comes with a alternate faceplate, not an alternate head, as due to the way that the tube is done. It would kind of be harder to integrate a new head, but he does come with a new faceplate. It is well sculpted, and it is Angry Bane. Bane does come with 5 sets of hands in addition to the hands that he is shipped with. He has karate chop, flat palm hands. He has pointing fingers. He has, I like to call them wrestler hands. Big open grippers. He has more relaxed hands. And then he has open palm, like almost grabby hands, and a pair of fists. He also comes with the standard Mafex figure stand. You guys have known him, you all love him, and that's what he comes with. Bane himself is an impressive figure and impressively sculpted. Lots of great paint and shadings and sculpt work going on. He does have a simple costume design with his silly tank top, but everything about this figure just screams Mafex Premium. The Venom tube that goes into his arm and head, just painted in, like, I don't know if it's cast, or I think it's painted, just painted silver. It just looks great. And let's go ahead, take a look. The Venom hoses on the back of his head look amazing. This guy is worth the price point. And one thing I really do like about him is that the mask is kind of open at the bottom. He either didn't care to zip it all the way, or it barely fits this gargantuan man. And speaking of gargantuan men, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. Bane is a big boy, and he did come out under the Knightfall banner, but I bought him personally to use with the Mafex Hush Batman. One pet peeve I do have about most Bane figures and Bane art in general is they tend to make him almost Hulk size sometimes. And really, Bane he's like 6'8", 6'10". I love the way that Mafex kind of captures the scale between Bane and Batman. They look perfect next to each other. No matter if it's Batman from Hush or Batman from Knightfall, I think this Bane is going to work with everyone. And then here is Bane with the Hush Poison Ivy, a figure that I almost regret picking up. Of all the action figures in my collection, she is one of them. Once again, he's not too large, she's not too small. If you're building a Batman display with these Hush figures or Knightfall, any Batman, if you're building a Gotham collection with Mafex figures, they're all going to scale well with each other. And if you are a fan of the McFarlane DC stuff, here is Bane next to Mr. Freeze and Batman, 3 Jokers Batman. And this is where scale is going to be a little bit off. He's not going to look great with 7-inch figures, although he's still pretty large. Like he looks like he looks like he's a shrunken version of a McFarlane almost. But Bane does fare much better when he is up with a DC Mega Fig. I've been substituting McFarlane Mega figures in with my Mafex Batman for a little bit now. Just figures that, like, obviously that are larger man bat. If he did a Killer Croc in comic style, I'd pick him up. Clayface, of course, Calabac from my Superman. I think the DC Megafigs look great with the Mafex Batman figures. Alright, now that we got the size comparisons out of the way, let's see how this big guy moves. Actually, real quick, take off his mask. The mask is on there pretty tight. The first time I had to use some heat to get him off there. And just look at this a little bit closer. Shazam. Sculpt, paint work, all looks great. Both heads on this Bane. I'm just a big fan of both the head sculpts. They look amazing. Bane is set up like most other Mafex figures. He does have this here at the top of the neck and a joint at the bottom of the neck, so he does get some independent movement. Let me throw that back on. Now that we have the angry face on, he does have a lot of good versatility here at the neck. And you can see the wire doesn't get too in the way whenever you turn everything. Shoulders come up a little bit higher than a T. He does have butterfly joints. Nice movement here. Of course, he is Mafex, so he is pinless. Bicep, and he has good biceps, so don't expect these to fall off. Double jointed arms. That only gets about a single jointed movement. Ball joints at the wrist. Has an impressive diaphragm, well, an impressive diaphragm joint that you gotta kind of work with a little bit because he is large. He does have independent movement, waist, and rocker above the hips. Pull down hips. That gets some pretty good articulation. Go ahead and shot the toe, and he has decent ankle pivot. Double jointed knees. And then you're saying, Lucas, how does the left arm move? Does that get in the way? Not really. He moves very well. You know, I've got a couple photos of him, you know, giving Batman a left straight, and he looks pretty natural doing everything. So, not much in the way of hindered articulation for being as large and in charge as he is. And that's Bane, kind of in a nutshell. Overall opinion of him, I think we have a great contender for figure of the year with this guy. Of course, I don't have Mafex Cap or Mafex Daredevil. I know they're kind of all the rage right now. But Bane, for being as large as he is and to still keep all of his articulation, to look at the sculpt and see how well he is sculpted and painted, this guy is just a marvel. Irony. Just an amazing figure, and at a price point of, I think BBTS has him at 110 or 120. I got mine for about 80. He is just great. Are there problems? Yes. I would have liked a little bit more paint, just like the painting on the belt buckle here. I would have preferred an extra head, but I understand that the problem with the Venom feeder, you know, it would cause problems for this piece. And he has an ugly seam line here. So, like, I understand why they didn't go that route, but you know, this is a review, and I do have to kind of nitpick just a little bit. But I can overlook these. And this guy, honestly, to me, the only competition he has for figure of the year is the Berserker Armor Heat of Passion Guts, and I might enjoy messing with him more. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I'll let you guys know at the end of the year if you care. Would I prefer a couple more accessories? Yes. But we have a big beefy boy here that's going to look good in any Mafex Batman collection or a Mezco collection, or even you can kind of fudge him into some of the McFarlane stuff depending on how large you like your Bane. If you like him to be much more human sized, then yeah, he might fit in better. But at around $100, this guy is a steal. And if he goes up for pre-order and you want one, catch him on BBTS or OmniOmni or Amazon, any of those sites where you buy your trusted figures from. And if he goes out of stock, then hopefully Mafex reissues him at some point, because this guy is just, he is Bane. He is just as good, if not better, than any other Mafex I've ever handled. And I have a lot of problems putting him down. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'm going to continue playing with action figures. So